Hi.
Hello.
How's everything?
All good, all good. Yeah. Trying to keep going with some travels and just keep going with some film stuff, and that's it really. How about you?
All good. Let me just say that your art is just amazing. It's really, really unique. So, I'm a huge fan.
Thank you so much. Yeah, no, thank you. That's really kind of you to say. I mean, yeah, it's all good fun. We all love movies, so yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and for people who will be watching this video or listening to our podcast,
Hmm.
we are here with Thomas Duke, and he is a photographer. And if you go on to his Instagram, that is Stepping Through Film, he basically clicks the photo of a particular location in which a movie was shot, and the precision is just amazing. It's just mind blowing.
Yeah, I mean, it takes some time to kind of get it just right. I mean, sometimes it's painful to do it, but it all once you've captured it, it's there forever. So it's all worth trying to make it line up as perfect as possible.
Yeah, and do you edit those things? Do you edit your photos, or is it just the way it is?
It's just the way it is in terms of lining up. Sometimes, I might brighten it up a bit or, make it just look nicer because sometimes the lighting is awful in these
Right.
places. But no, like no editing in terms of lining it up because that kind of takes the fun out of it, really. Um, so like, yeah, it's all just waiting and yeah, basically.
So you hold it and you click it from your
Mhm.
camera, or is it your phone?
Usually it's just my iPhone. Sometimes use
Okay.
a camera, but because obviously the iPhone is great for Instagram video as well. So it kind of just it's all one thing. Um, and but sometimes if the location's a bit darker or I need a bit higher quality, then a camera's great, obviously. But yeah, it's amazing what a phone can do these days, really.
It is,
So I
yeah.
kind of easier to carry around and just take loads of photos, good storage, it's perfect.
And did you get a chance to travel somewhere during the pandemic?
Not anywhere abroad, sadly.
Okay.
Much like I suppose everybody. But luckily, I guess in the UK here, it's just a train ride away. There's just so many locations, especially London. So it was. I couldn't go very far, but I was still able to kind of carry on quite normally and
Right.
just make the most of, you know, the local areas because there's so much here, like Harry Potter, James Bond. I mean, there's everything really, which is quite good.
So have you like all the movies that were shot in London? Have you explored all those places?
No, I mean definitely not because there's always new ones. I'm always finding new ones to find every week. Really, I'm always planning what to do next, and I haven't run out yet. So, I mean, there's still quite a few to have a look at.
Right.
There's always new ones, really. Yeah.
And were you featured in the BAFTA or was it the Academy Awards? So
Oh,
which one was it?
yeah. I think I've done a few things with BAFTA before. I think the Academy did one thing of
Right.
me, but I think yeah, I've mainly just done a few things with BAFTA, which have been fun. So that's kind of a film dream, I guess, of mine, and it was nice to do some things with them, of course. But um, yeah, like so, did you see anything from that BAFTA stuff then?
I read the article that
Okay,
you were
yeah,
mentioned in, yeah. But
uh-huh.
I think that's about it. I mean, all those
Okay,
photos that they mentioned and everything.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But like, tell me about your collaboration with them. Like, what was it about?
So it's just about basically celebrating the BAFTA Television Awards and BAFTA Film Awards, which took place last year and the year before. I suppose it's all been a bit up in the air this with the pandemic and everything, but sometime last year, time's a bit strange at the moment. But I did. It was celebrating the shows that were nominated
Okay.
in the awards, just visiting those locations. So largely around London. So that was like The Crown, Sex Education,
Fleabag was
um,
Fleabag,
some other.
Fleabag
Oh yeah,
also.
and Fleabag.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, that's a great one. Fleabag and some others I can't quite remember, but it was just celebrating those shows really with BAFTA, which was obviously a real pleasure to do.
So I came across your post. So Prime Video posted a photo of Fleabag.
Oh,
Like
okay, yeah,
yeah, your
hmm,
click of Fleabag, and
yeah.
I sort of liked that photo, and then I went onto your profile. That's how I discovered you.
Okay.
So yeah, so
Uh-huh.
that was like a Prime Videos mention, and I was like, wow, this is genius. So this is you're the pioneer in this sort of business, is it? Or
I, gu-
you guess right?
I guess business. I mean, it's just a hobby, really. I mean, I started as just a film fan, and it's still a hobby, really, with the odd bit of work here and there. But it's um, yeah. I mean, the beauty of it is like everyone can do it, and I've seen lots of people who also like go out and then do it just as for fun, really. I mean, I started it as fun, and that's
Yeah.
still what I do it for. Yeah.
And how long ago you started in 2015? Is that right? Or was it before that?
Um, I did it. I mean, I first did it around like I guess around must have been 9 or 10 years ago, but I never put it anywhere online. And so I think my Instagram started, I guess 2017. I think, yeah,
Okay.
2017. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. That's amazing. So I've seen a lot of people doing that now. So there's this person in
Uh-huh.
India also who started doing that. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, so I can't quite recall the username, but yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Because yeah, there's kind of I see stuff. There's stuff kind of all over the world with it, which is really fun, really, because it's just like it's a universal thing. Everybody loves movies. Everybody lives somewhere, and it's just like it's a great thing to do. Gets you out of the house. It's all
Yeah,
good. Yeah.
yeah. So, like, what made you think of this? Like, how did you come into, going to the locations and shooting those exact scenes? So, what was your idea behind it?
Well, I guess I'd always been a kind of creative photographer kind of person. Like I was always an artistic person more than kind of academic person, I guess,
Right.
in
Yeah.
school. I preferred, arty stuff and photos and film and stuff. So it just kind of stemmed from there. And I always went to kind of film premieres from like 2010 onwards in London. So
Okay.
I was always in that kind of just wanting to see all the kind of what happened in the film industry, and I was always there in London, and obviously in London there's so many scenes, so it kind of just felt like an organic thing to kind of just do photos and film, really, and just started from there, like starting with some of my favorite films and then just carrying on to what it is today.
And was it always shooting a particular location, or you just like visiting the locations?
I guess it started just with the films, the specific films, I guess, those Skyfall
Right.
in central London,
Okay.
um, and like Edge of Tomorrow and Atonement in just the heart of London.
Right.
And then obviously from there, it's like, oh wait, this can be done with every film everywhere. So it kind of just went further out, really. So kind of bit of both film and location. Always fun to see interesting locations, but even more fun to visit your favorite films, of course.
And which is your favorite film?
Oh, my favorite film is Wally, so I can't really visit that, but
Okay.
you know.
Yeah, you can.
But yeah, what about you? What's your favorite film?
Um, well, I'm a Marvel fan, so I'd say,
Okay,
yeah, the Avengers, Iron Man 3, Avengers, Infinity War.
okay, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. All great, all great. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. But in India, we have, I mean, my favorite Bollywood film is Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara. I don't know if you've heard of that. So
Okay, no.
yes, it's a movie about three friends who travel to Spain. So
Okay,
it's a huge deal in India.
yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
no. That, yeah, we should totally get more like of the Bollywood films here. But like, I wish I should try and see more. Definitely see more because like there's so many more films out there than just here in Britain. It's always fun to expand, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So have you watched any Bollywood movie?
Honestly, probably not. Only a few really. Over the past few years. Certainly a few more recently as I've grown up, as I've
Okay,
been introduced to more, like at film festivals and like the BFI and stuff. But
right.
it's always something I want to try and see more of, and kind of yeah, basically.
Yeah, and then you could travel to India and visit all the
Yeah, oh, yeah,
locations.
of course, that would be fun. Yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah.
in terms of location wise, which is your favorite movie? Or in terms of movie whose location you can visit, which is your favorite movie?
Mhm. um, oh, I don't know. There's so many. I guess I mean Harry Potter's kind of right up there with like every location being so magical and it
Right,
just feeling like Hogwarts. So like
right.
Harry Potter's always fantastic. I guess Dunkirk was a really interesting one. Of course, like with the history and the cinematic aspect of that film on the actual Dunkirk beach,
Right.
that was obviously quite like harrowing and amazing to see. Um, but yeah, I guess I mean any big cathedrals are always amazing to kind of explore because they just look amazing, and there's the film, so it's kind of the best of both. But yeah, there's so many, I guess. Any street in London often has something, so I mean that's a great place, just the city of London.
Yeah. And you'd surely be getting more movies that would be shot that would be shooting in London. So maybe you can, I mean, do you visit locations as the movies shooting in London or anywhere? Have you got that
That's happened.
chance?
Like sometimes that's happened. Yeah, like at the moment, I think the Flash, the new Flash movie,
Right.
at DC Comics, well, that's filming in London at the moment. So
Okay.
there's kind of lots of sets here and there. I keep missing it, but there's kind of like a Wonder Woman bus and set design, and it looks awesome. And Ezra Miller is there, and it looks really cool. Um, what other ones? There's always something going on. Sometimes, I mean, at the moment, I think Indiana Jones 5 is filming in Glasgow,
Okay.
and they've kind of dressed it out to look like America. So that
Okay.
looks really cool. But I'm not there, so that's a shame. But what else? Oh, I think I stumbled upon the Mary Poppins Return set actually. That was a few years ago now, but they kind of rigged up a massive crane, and Emily Blunt was there, and they were right by London Liverpool Street, so that was cool. But
Do you get to
yeah,
meet those people? Do you get to meet the actors and everyone?
not on those occasions. That was kind of just random, I guess. But yeah, I guess I when I attended film premieres years ago as like a fan, it was always great to sometimes meet the actors. They'd kind of come down the red carpet, and we'd all wait and hopefully say hi and everything. And so that was lovely to meet. That's kind of where my passion for film started as well, where we
Right.
got to meet some, like Chris Pine and Ben Stiller and Emily Blunt and everything like that. So that was all fun.
Obviously, that's got to be fun.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it was yeah, a lot of waiting around just to like see these, people that you kind of have looked up to for a while.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, the day I meet Robert Downey Jr., that'd be someday.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, I'd love to meet him too. Yeah, I think that was the first premiere actually. Went to Iron Man 3 actually.
You
Um,
did, okay.
but I think yeah, feels so long ago now. But
It does. I mean,
yeah, he seems like a
yeah, it
yeah,
came out in what, 2000, after
13
Avengers?
now.
13, right?
Yeah,
13 or 14.
which almost a decade. Yeah.
Whoa. Oh, by
I mean,
a
it still
decade.
kind of feels new. Yeah.
So on 22nd, we'll be celebrating 10 years of Captain America. Do you have anything from that movie?
Yeah, I do. I do actually. Yeah, I was thinking of what to maybe post about that because yeah, it's 10 years since that, which is quite amazing. But yeah, there's I think they shot a lot in Liverpool and Manchester and Surrey. So they shot that. That was one of the main MCU films, which was basically shot all here. So
Yeah.
that's a fun one to visit. But then obviously the sequel to that was pretty much all US based. But yeah, that's a great one. Started everything really.
Yeah, it did. And so is this your profession or do you do something apart from photography as well?
At the moment, I guess I started I started as a hobby and through university, and it didn't really pay me anything or whatever. But then I finished uni last year, and I just kind of carried on because the pandemic hit. So I kind of just stayed at home and tried to keep going with my photography. And like since then, it's just grown a bit, and I've managed to kind of do it as a bit of a job, which is quite fun.
Yeah,
So at the moment, I'm kind of just exploring what I can do with this, really trying to make the most of it.
right.
I do a bit of writing and on the side, but like I kind of try and I'm just yeah, just trying to make this into something, I suppose. But who knows what will happen?
Good things will happen.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. And so how do you, like, what is your process like? Since obviously you see the output and it's just so simple, so easy, you feel like wow.
Mhm.
But there's a whole lot of process and steps involved and sources. So what is your process like? What are your sources, and do people know the locations that where the movies were shot? Because I remember there was this New Year's Eve or a Christmas movie where you put on your stories that people guided you where a particular scene was shot. So what is your
Mm.
process like?
What was that one you were talking about? Where that
It was
I was talking about?
it was a New Year movie or a Christmas movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it was probably a mall. Um, and
Oh,
the act
okay.
and the actor was, I can't remember the name. Liam, I think Liam Neeson was the
Oh,
actor.
okay. Was that Love Actually?
Yeah, it was Love
Um,
Actually, I guess. Yes.
okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was one. That was, I think, in Selfridges. So for like that, for example, was Love Actually the scene with Rowan Atkinson in Selfridges where he's
Right.
wrapping the present. That
Right.
one.
Exactly. Yes.
Um, yeah. So like that scene in the film is, I mean, that you know it's Selfridges in the film, in the story it's Selfridges. So that was like ones like that are quite easy. So at Christmas time, I think let's do Love Actually because everybody loves that at Christmas. And so I just kind of went in there, and um, the staff there can see I've got photos from the film, so they're like, oh, okay, oh, it was filmed here, and they showed me the place, and then that was it really.
Yeah.
I just took the photos, and it was like that was quite an easy one.
Right.
But sometimes they're harder. But
Yeah, like Black Widow. Like, how did you know exactly which mountain to shoot?
yeah, Black Widow. I mean, that one was they actually um, they filmed that back in 2019 in July, and I went to it in 2019. It was like it was the first shot they released, and because they used that location in Skyfall, it was the Hankley
Okay.
Common with the burning building at the end of the film.
Okay.
Um, I just recognized it from that basically,
Okay.
because it's quite a well used location. But I know in the shot it just looks like a green field. um, but like when you're there, it's actually quite easy to see the ridges in the mountains and all the hills, and then like the tree line. And so when you're there, it's actually a lot easier. So like I'm not that clever really, but
Hmm.
it just you know.
All right. And so is there any particular location that you want to visit, or a particular movie that whose location you want to visit? Do you have
Yeah, I
any?
mean there's so many, I guess. There's I've, a lot more of the US would be fun to explore. I'd love to go to Iceland. Iceland would be a great one to see. I guess what else is there? There's lots in Italy, which I had planned before the pandemic, but I couldn't, obviously.
Hmm.
So yeah, I mean, like, there's like so many. It's like the whole world's there. I guess I've hardly scratched the surface, really. But yeah, it's always just seeing what comes next, really.
And what other countries have you visited? Like you visited the US, UK, of
Hmm.
course.
Yeah, the US, France, Paris is a lovely one, I guess. Like kind of similar to London. There is quite a lot of films around. So US, UK, France, Monaco, um, Portugal. What else? I've been to Italy, but just part of it, so I feel like I need to do that properly again.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, they're the main ones, really. There's a few kind of odd odd ones spread out here and there, but like I've yeah, that's it really.
And so there was this, I think, Endgame or Infinity War post in which
Hmm.
there was a green screen in the background, but then you figured
Oh
out
yeah.
that yeah, where the scene was shot, and you matched it all. So how do you do that? I'm just amazed. I'm in awe. How do you do that?
um,
So
which was that exactly? Was that
do you Google the locations, or how do you get to know which scene was shot where exactly?
honestly most of the time they're either in a well-known kind of station or by a landmark, and
Okay.
then that often news sites cover it. So like with Black Widow, it was in Surrey, so the local newspaper covered that. So if you
Okay.
type in Black Widow Surrey, there's literally an article that says Black Widow's filming here, blah blah blah. So like
Okay.
so that was quite easy. And like all the Infinity War shots in Edinburgh, I mean they're in the main Waverley station, which is the main station in Edinburgh. and then one of the main kind of high streets there. So although it looks quite random, it's actually they're quite known places when you're there, really. So like some are quite easy like that, really, but some are a lot harder. Like in a forest or on a beach, it's a bit harder, but you just make it work.
Yeah. And in all the locations or in all the clicks that you have clicked, which is your favorite one? Do you have a favorite or favorites for that matter?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I always come back to Harry Potter, I suppose, because it's just feels the most magical. So they're always fun to visit and see, I guess. And any Marvel, of course. Marvel are great. I guess, I mean, anything in Wales and Scotland, I guess the scenery there is kind of beautiful.
Yeah, Scotland's
I guess.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I visited Scotland, London, Paris. Yeah, and beautiful places. The whole UK is beautiful.
Yeah,
Scenic.
I know it's kind of strange. Yeah, yeah, it's strange because in the pandemic, it's like we've all been stuck in our own countries, and I guess being stuck here, makes you realize the best parts of where you live, I suppose.
Yeah.
So that's kind of Wales, Scotland. It's actually amazing how much is here, which is quite nice.
Oh, that's right. I recently visited Kashmir. You've heard of Kashmir? Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Yes, it's like, so it is known as Indian Scotland. Right, because it's very scenic, it's very beautiful, and there are hills and mountains.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to refer to that. So if you ever
I mean, I've never been, but yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But
if
like,
you ever
yeah,
visit
sure.
India,
Of course.
you should. Do you just post on Instagram, or do you post on other platforms as well?
I have a Facebook page.
Okay.
Which I just kind of post same as Instagram, but just on Facebook, kind of. And Twitter here and there, and I tried TikTok, but I'm still learning how to use it.
Yeah, it's a video based, so you basically don't use Reels as well.
Reels, do you mean? I do want to try and use Reels. I've kind of there's like, because I do a lot of stories, I guess, on Instagram. I love using stories to just like go through the place. So I'll probably try some Reels, sometime. But yeah, photos are quite easy and it's simple. It's easy to think of. But yeah.
Those are all the questions I had.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. Thank you. Yeah. Was that all okay?
Oh, it was perfect. And
did I speak too much?
No, not at all. I mean, I love if you spoke more. But it was just amazing. And thank you so much for doing this. It was awesome. You are
That's okay.
awesome.
Thank you.
And
thank you for all the questions. And
did you like it? I mean, how was that? You tell me.
Yeah, of course. No, you're great interviewer. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I'm always nervous, like talking. So like, no, you're great. Thank you.
So this was my first interview, sort of.
Okay.
I've always just interacted with my friends on podcasts, so this was the first for me. I hope to see more of your work, and well, if you ever come to India, let me know. I'll show you the good places around here, the best places around here. And thank you for doing
amazing.
This.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. No, that's very kind of you. Thank you. And same to you when you come to London. But yeah, if you need to see any sites or Harry Potter stuff.
Oh, absolutely. I would love to. Have a good rest of the day, Thomas. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You too. Thank you very much.
All right. Take care.
Okay. You too. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell. Check out my podcast and blog by the name of The Entertainment Times. The link would be in the description. And check out these videos and share these videos like you spread happiness and love, and I feel like Jimmy Kimmel, so I'm gonna go with a grand walk-off right now. Bye.